Good evening. Welcome to the Bedminster Township Committee. This is our regularly scheduled July 7th meeting. Recognize that we have full attendance by the Bedminster Township Committee here in person, Committeeman Stevenson, Committeeman Hickey, Committeewoman Moreski, and attending via Zoom, Committeewoman Fernandez. Ms. Ray, may we please have the Open Public Meetings Act statement?
Yes, Mayor. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Committee was sent to the Courier News Somerville, Burnasville News Whippany, and to all subscribers and posted at the Township Municipal Building on January 7th, 2025.
Great. Thank you. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, now's the time in the meeting that we open up the microphone up here or the Zoom session for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a statement, comment, ask a question, you're not guaranteed of a dialogue or an answer to your question, but you certainly have the opportunity to make one.
No one online.
No one online.
I mean, that has their hand raised.
No one has their hand.
Sorry.
Well, John could raise his hand. Okay, we will proceed with the meeting. We have 4 sets of meeting minutes to review and approve. Township Committee meeting for June 2nd, the executive session for June 2nd, the Township Committee regular meeting for June 16th, and the executive session for June 16th. Comments or questions? I know Robin, you did make some revisions to
Yeah, I did
our earlier draft.
corrections. Yeah.
Seeing none, take motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Thank you.
Permits and raffles. Special use permit for Cold Stone Creamery to request temporary outdoor seating from April to October, located at the Hills Village Center. Well, let's take that off as a one-off.
Sure. You shall have a copy of that special use permit application. That was, there's a sketch in there of what they have proposed. And then Susanna, this has been reviewed by Susanna and our zoning officer, and Paul Ferrero, our municipal engineer. This is temporary outdoor seating for 2 benches and 2 bistro seating tables from April through October from 12 noon to 10 p.m.
Do they need, I'm not sure if this is necessarily pertinent to our consideration, sign off by the property owner?
I believe they've already received that approval. The next step was to see Susanna.
Okay. Comments, questions from Township Committee?
Assuming this is going to be under the overhang, because will people still be able to walk past there?
That's correct.
Still be protected?
They'll still be protected. The tables and chairs are going to go adjacent to the columns, which are right towards the edge. So the walkway is still clear and the 2 benches are right by the windows.
Thanks. And we have a number of other vendors. I think Rocco's and Pancheros already do this.
Yes, and Rocco's
Yeah.
both were approved
Right.
for temporary.
Yep.
Okay. Take a motion to approve the special use permit for Cold Stone Creamery.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Fireworks permit for a fireworks display is scheduled for July 12, approximately 9:15 at Hamilton Farm Golf Club, 1040 Pottersville Road. I see the application is already in here. It's gone through our emergency services.
So I can give you a little bit of background
Sure.
on this. Renee from Hamilton Farm couldn't be here this evening. The permit was reviewed and approved by Steve Dill the week before last, and approved last week by Chief Bernardo, and all seemed to be in order. And a letter did go out prematurely in anticipation of this being approved because they didn't want to lose any timing notifying the residents just in case. So,
And just curious, because I'm trying to see if it's on here, the duration, okay, opening.
so the
15 to 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minute,
Front page,
Oh,
lower left.
and it begins at 9:15.
thank you. 15, 20 minutes. That's a little bit longer than usual, but
It's usually it's 8 to 10.
yeah. All right. Questions, comments?
Is there a reason for the prolonged
It's
display?
a very special wedding.
Not to aggravate Doug's, it's not to aggravate Doug's dogs. Doug, you're the closest to there.
And there are consequences when fireworks occur. Let me just say that. Yeah. Dogs don't like.
Yes,
whatever.
dogs do not like it.
It's an
They do
important
not.
wedding. It's a firework.
It's a really, really big wedding.
There's no further questions or comments. Take a motion to approve the fireworks display for July 12 at Hamilton Farm Golf Club.
So,
Second,
So I have Colin, Committeeman Hickey for a first and Renee for a second. And all in favor?
aye.
Thank you.
And the last three, on-premise 50/50 raffle to benefit the Timothy J. Piazza Memorial Foundation on August 11, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. And an on-premise merchandise raffle to benefit the Timothy J. Piazza Memorial Foundation on August 11, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. And an off-premise 50/50 raffle to benefit the Center for Contemporary Art October 10, 2025 from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Center for Contemporary Art. Questions or comments regarding those three raffles? Seeing none, take a motion to approve all three.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, we will go to monthly report discussion by subcommittee chair. Committeewoman Fernandez.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. I haven't had any meetings. Summer camp is on its way. It's happening. Everything's going smoothly. And next time I have a rec meeting, I'll have an update probably on Fall Fest and on how summer camp went.
Okay, great. Thank you. Committeewoman Mareski.
Good evening, everyone. Quick update for Environmental Commission. Moth Night had been canceled due to potential weather issues, which actually never happened, but had to cancel anyway. It will,
Completely canceled or?
it was postponed
Okay,
until July 19th. So in 2 weeks, it'll be Moth Night, same time, same place. Robin will send out the flyers to everybody again. And let's see, and so that's that. And EC got some information back from Mike Van Cleef, who was the gentleman who's in charge of invasive species in Marsh County, I believe. Anyway, he sent them some plans, some ideas, suggestions. So EC's gonna get with him, look at the plan and see what kind of things they can do that are possible with either a group of people or just the EC, depending on who wants to volunteer. And clean up some spots of some invasive species. And I did throw out the idea of getting the goats in, and they were so excited. So they're gonna look into goats. Goats love to eat invasive species. In a day, they'll clean out an area. And instead of having little kids come in and get poison ivy, the goats take care of it.
might take a little bit more than a day,
Depends on the herd of
but
goats.
Robin,
But-
Jason, and Neil, those are designated goat herders. And unfortunately for them, I've been sending them all the goat invasive plant eating reels that keep popping up in my Instagram feed.
Yeah.
And I keep forwarding them to Robin and Jason. And Robin's already had one meeting, right?
We have another one this week.
So
If you want to
Poison ivy.
invite
You
somebody
get it?
from
Goats
EC,
eat poison ivy.
And they
invite,
don't get poison ivy.
invite Dawn
No.
to attend if you want.
Just what I'm
She
getting,
loves
nice
goats.
pet. Serious. If you're serious, I'm serious.
They
gonna get a pet goat.
eat anything.
Oh.
I've seen it in Massachusetts where they brought in, I don't know, 60, 70 goats. They fence off an area and they move the fence and they knock it all out. Wow.
Incredible.
And we've looked through some of the areas that we're looking at, which are in our recreation areas along the
Mhm.
hike and bike or along the lane. And just about everything is poison ivy or other invasives. So we're not
Not the
eating, we're not
greeny
eating,
things.
yeah, we're not going after anything that's worth maintaining. At least this way you get rid of that stuff and allow perhaps some of the native plants to regrow back. And, you know, talking to folks on rec committee, you know, go chase a foul ball and it's poison ivy, poison ivy,
Oh.
poison ivy, poison ivy, poison ivy.
Hmm.
And that goes all the way to the river, just nonstop. So
It's a good way to do it.
It's tremendous.
Jason, is that what you thought you'd be doing
It's very interesting. They clear out, they do about an acre area at a time with solar fences and they have cellular cameras to watch over the goat herd. Anywhere from 20 to 40 goats depending upon the size of the area.
Nice.
And they can do it in about 5 to 7 days depending upon how hungry they are. They do an acre.
It's amazing.
Well, that makes sense.
$1,000 to $1,500. Cheaper than putting manpower out there to clear.
And it's better than putting Roundup.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. It's been fun.
Very, very interesting, very neat stuff. Is
that's
that,
all I got.
that's okay. Minimum hick.
I have to follow the goat story.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, we had a board, we're gonna have a Board of Health meeting later this month. That's very exciting. Did you want me to cover library?
Sure, yes,
Okay,
please.
we met last month. We approved changes to the library policy manual. Very exciting. What are you looking at, Mayor?
Folks can't.
Oh,
They
he
never mentioned
does.
that. They never mentioned.
That's what he uses to kill the poison ivy himself sometimes.
It does taste like gold.
Anyway, more importantly, at the library meeting, we approved an expenditure to begin to deploy security cameras both inside and outside the library. It is a much needed improvement for the safety of our patrons and the security of the building itself. Many thanks to our IT director, Elliot Perez, who helped advise on the purchase and the layout of the cameras. So more to come on that one. And Mayor, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Committeeman Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, Jason and his crew have been incredibly busy. Obviously with all the storms recently, going through cleaning up all the storm damage. Thank you for that. I know Ski Hill Drive in particular was hit hard, so thanks, Jason. And I know you said that long list of the more material trees down on lines and whatnot. So I know that was a ton of work and thanks for working. And thanks to all your crew. Continue to do roadside mowing, dirt road grading. We're going to be putting down in the future some product, what is it, calcium chloride on our dirt roads to try to control some of the dust. Also working on the ball fields, baseball, soccer, lacrosse fields, continuing to cut the grass out of us. There are crews out there clearing the basins and the pipes, working pothole repairs. And then a couple of jobs, just in particular, we've got the pipe replacement job up on Holland Roads, it's proceeding. And we've got the turtle fence tunnel that has arrived. We're gonna be scheduling a date with thank you. To get those in. We got the split rail fence installed on River Road Park. Paving, Old Stonehouse, Happy Barney, Mount Prospect, Hillside Extension, Grady and Cemetery Roads. That's to do, so we'll be completing those. And there's a pipe to replace out on River Road. And we're starting the garden project, so there's a lot going on. DPW is very, very busy and a lot of stuff to do. That's all I've got.
So is there an update on the community garden? Do we have a date for, excuse me, for,
We're meeting with the contractors.
Thursday, July 10th.
that's the pre-construction?
That's the pre-con meeting.
So the
yes.
pre-con this Thursday.
Correct, here at
So
10 o'clock.
when do you expect a groundbreaking?
Oh, you were hoping for August 1st.
Okay, but let's see what this guy says.
Okay, so if you have the pre-con, just coordinate.
Yep.
Because I'd like to have frankly, the township committee, rec, and Melanie Morano, Commissioner Melanie Morano, who we've been in contact with, because she was helpful in getting the grant for us. But so would like to invite the Somerset County Commissioners to that as well.
For a groundbreaking here.
Yeah,
Keep the goats away from the community
from
garden.
the goats in the community
They
garden,
don't mix.
doesn't
There'll
mix.
be a good fencing.
Turtles.
That could be dessert. After poison ivy, you need Doug's tomatoes or.
Right.
And Doug would like to operate the bucket for when it's time to actually break the ground.
Bulldozer
You
actually.
good with
my
that?
Style, yeah.
Are you gonna ride a fire truck Wednesday?
No.
Woo-hoo. I asked.
Great.
She wanted to drive, she got off the bike, it's kind of different. Driving.
I said I could have a ride. They said,
I
I couldn't drive.
I couldn't either, but I
They
still
were,
asked.
Also, they were working on the roof today, starting to do flashing on the rail. Soon,
Will that be the last bit of the roof work?
That and the gutter lineup,
Okay.
downspout.
punch this stuff.
Okay, so at that point, you think we'll be complete with the roof project July?
The end of July.
Yeah,
Mayor, I forgot one thing.
yes.
One material thing. Residents reached out over back in O'Brien in that area about the connector between O'Brien and the hike and bike path. It had, as Committeeman Hickey put it, a real ankle turner. But they reached out, Colin connected with Jason and the crew went down, replaced all the pavers. It's
Phenomenal.
like new, so tremendous job. And my apologies for not mentioning that. That was great. And that was direct result from a community reaching out. So when we say, if you see something out there that, is off the beaten path, let us know. We will take care of it. Thank you
Great.
for that.
Yeah, thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Similar to Gina, I've not had a lot of meetings since our last one. There's been no land use board meeting. Colin attended the library, farmer's market. We had our first no clouds, no rain day and 1288.
1288.
1288. That's a lot of people going through River Road Park. Terrific job. Parking director Renee Moreski for the first couple hours out there when it was busiest. So well done, Renee. It's just great to see
It's
everyone out
fun.
there.
Everybody stops and says hi and they say thank you as they're leaving. Thank you for doing this.
And you've got a very nice comment from a patron. If you want to recount that before I proceed with the rest of it.
We do have an older gentleman who is a regular. His name is Larry. We're not talking about the mayor in this case. He has been noticeably absent this year. We all started to get concerned. Both the vendors and the volunteers alike, everybody, where's Larry? Where's Larry? He showed up last Saturday and he told us that his wife of 73 years had passed the week before. He said to me, she was the first girl I ever kissed, and then I married her. He told me he woke up on Saturday morning and with her passing, he needed a reason to get out of bed. And then he remembered the farmer's market. And he said to himself, I need to get up and go see my friends at the farmer's market.
Oh,
So, folks, we may be a small town, but we're a big community when it comes to our residents, our neighbors, and that's what makes Bedminster so special. So glad to see Larry back.
That's great. That's great. It was good to see him there.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for those, for recounting that. That's fantastic. As I mentioned, there was no land use board meeting, but I do want to talk about some of the activities that we're seeing in town right now. Fresh Pet is in. So they are in the building. I imagine that they're going to do a ribbon cutting either later July or August. I know that the Fresh Pet media team is coordinating with Advance developers, and they'll be also obviously connecting with us to coordinate on the ribbon cutting. Neil Mastrobuono from Rec is also in touch with Fresh Pet because it would be a great opportunity to coincide. What they've said would be a donation to the forthcoming dog park with participation by Fresh Pet. So hopefully that goes well. But you drive by the building and now you can actually look inside with all the glass and you can see how it's finished. Looks really nice. It looks really nice. I mean, this is, you know, the first, trying to think of the last major commercial building we've had in Bedminster. May actually be the other Advance product.
Pharmaceutical, that went under.
Oh,
That's the last
Melancrot,
one.
118.
Oh,
Melancrot.
Yeah.
Right, but Malincrot was an
was
existing,
there.
Right.
that was an existing building. This is brand new
Yeah.
construction. But it is really, it just looks great. And we know that, you know, actually on the Fresh Pet website, they actually have a page on their location and why they chose Bedminster. So I just, you know, ask everyone to, you know, if you can, just interested in why they chose that location. Just go to the Fresh Pet website and they talk about why they cited here. So that's great to see going on. Somerset Hill Shopping Center down in Pluckerman, a building that had been approved by the zoning board 3 years ago. 4 years ago?
Yeah, probably 3 years ago.
Yeah, so the owners have decided to move forward with the construction of that building. They do not have a tenant, so they were going on spec. But apparently they've already received multiple inquiries for possible uses and tenancy at that building. So that's great to see. Once again, we've always talked, Pluckman needs a little kick in the pants. And timing that with our own park across the street. I think that, you know, good things are coming to Pluckman, so glad to see that happening. Lana Lobel. So Lana Lobel has been in a state of disrepair with absentee property owners who we believe went bust because the property was foreclosed and taken over by Bank of America. And Bank of America went through an auction process and Lana Lobel was purchased by an entity that's close to us here in Bedminster, Fiddler's Elbow. So Fiddler's Elbow, Ken Donovan from Fiddler's Elbow took a leap of faith and bid on Lana Lobel, the northern 140 acres or so. Believe 120 of which are preserved. I'd have to go back and look at the preservation that Beth Davidson and I worked on years ago. But in the area that's not preserved, he's got ideas for event space and converting the manor house possibly to some guest rooms. And it'll just be great to see that property put into ownership that's responsible and has a sustainable vision for that property, taking advantage of its views. I'd never been on the property. I met the new owners out there, and I had no idea that, even though I worked for about a year on the preservation of it, I'd never been out there. And you go out there and views of the Lamington River as they come around the back, which you cannot really see from Rattlesnake, but it was fantastic. And you can see that there's a vision that he has, and the exception areas where you can actually do non-agricultural activities are sort of centered. So even from Rattlesnake, preserved up to the manor house, preserved around the manor house and around the back. So the views will be improved. They'll be put into agricultural use where they've been sort of, I don't say disrepair. So it's great to see that visioning. And once again, to see a Bedminster company invest, double down, in Bedminster, I think is really great to see. Also, while on that same subject, Hoopstick Farm, which Bedminster Township preserved, with Nancy Dillon, who was the owner or the daughter of the former owner. She put that property into preservation, and it was, I believe, transacted probably about 2 weeks ago. So someone came in and bought the property as a preserved property. So there's a lot of really interesting investment in Bedminster, and I think we should all be proud of that. Also, this is really not on subcommittee chair, but previously we talked about Congressman Kane and his office working into the One Big Beautiful Bill. Let me get this phrase, get the correct terminology here. Section 90006 of the One Big Beautiful Bill is presidential residence protection. And this is the provision that doesn't anymore. It actually does provide funding for reimbursement of local agencies that, at the request of the Secret Service, provide security to presidential residences. That certainly applies to Bedminster for its support of the Secret Service, and it is retroactive to July of 2024. So we've been in touch with Congressman Kane's office about the next steps in putting the application, and Robin and Chief Bernardo will be lead on that. And so once again, thank you to Congressman Kane for those efforts. And that's what I have for my subcommittee reports. Ms. Ray, may I please have the administrator's report?
Yes, so I'm going to tell you what's most important to report on.
You've got goats? You have goats? You have pictures of goats? Can you broadcast your goat?
So we have an employee walking challenge that started a couple weeks ago. We are now in our third week. We have 29 participants that have really been, logging the miles on their challenge. And I just got knocked out of second place and I'm really pissed. That's most important to mention, but it's great. It's great to see everybody, participate.
You have to tell us who's 1 and 2 now.
It's the same one as always, first place.
Sergeant Veltri.
Right,
Yes.
but who knocked you out of second place?
Gold digger, that's Susanna. She's walking around Paris. It's her sister's wedding, so that's what happened. She beat me.
All right.
Anyway, I just, Committeeman Hickey already reported on our information technology meeting on June 18th with IT Director Elliot Perez. So I'll pass on that. The liquor license renewals are complete for the annual 2025 liquor license renewal process. Everybody was in compliance, paid their fees, and we're good to go. And they've all received their new licenses prior to the June 30th deadline. Emergency services, I'm working with Dorothy to reestablish the Emergency Services Funding Advisory Committee so we can drill down on a lot of these expenses that we haven't been able to wrap our heads around and do a good sharing of expenses. So not just the big purchases, but right down to the little stuff. As well as trying to establish it with Tewksbury. That's been a little bit more difficult. And just a reminder, this Wednesday, July 9th, the fire department is celebrating the delivery of their new fire truck at 6 o'clock. Be there. I know Renee and I will be there. Parks and Open Space, we met with Goat Shepherd to discuss the poison ivy and vegetation control throughout the parks. We are meeting with another gentleman this week, and it looks like I have another meeting the following Tuesday, so we'll set up. I'll reach out to EC, see if they want to join us. It's interesting. Working on the tax bill insert for 2025. We just got our certified tax rate from the county last week. So it all depends on when everybody else's tax bills are in. Obviously, there'll probably be another grace period this year. So POTUS funding, you already talked about that. We were originally going to go through the county like as a re-grant program through FEMA. because we don't qualify for certain loans. This was gonna be through Homeland Security, but I have to see how that plays into this new big beautiful bill. Community Garden, July 10th is our pre-construction meeting. Somerset Hills Public Safety coming up on Thursday, July 10th, and DOT meeting on July 14th.
14th.
That is to discuss the Route 78 westbound over 287 bridge, which went from a single span, if you remember, to now double span replacement. And just working on the affordable housing spending plan with CGPH coming up with some additional ideas as we discussed at the last TC.
John, is it frozen for you?
It's frozen for me as well. It just went out. Not quite sure what happened.
Okay, I just texted Robin to tell her, 'cause I don't know.
All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now we're out. Okay.
I don't think we missed
All right,
much. And
we're back.
about
Sorry
to-
about that. We don't.
And we're going to go through the the public hearing for ordinance number 2025-014. We have a motion to open the public hearing.
So move.
Second.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, Robin, you just want to quickly walk us through these administrative changes for the police class
Yes.
1, 2, and 3 for specials.
Yes, so we had our ordinance just about our class 3 special officers, so this ordinance now just identifies 1 and 2. And a class 3 as well, so the class 2 is for I'm sorry, the class 3 is the new school resource officer that would be employed by Bedminster Township, an employee of Bedminster Township, but working for the school, and the Bedminster School will be reimbursing us for that fee, for all the expenses associated with that school resource officer.
That's a class 1, right?
Class 3 is the school resource officer. So the class 2s are the police officers that work the court. Class 1 is our regular police officer.
I think it's 1 and 3 back.
I'm sorry.
I'm just looking at the very last sentence of 3A.
No, class 1 is a traditional, is a traditional officer.
What is the last sentence though? The use of a firearm by an officer of this class shall be strictly prohibited, and a class 1 officer shall not be assigned any duties which may require the carrying or use of a firearm. I don't know.
do we have class ones?
Is
Or
that,
is everybody class?
isn't that like everybody on the force?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It's class 1, 2, and 3. So I have to, sorry, it's been a while since I've looked at this. So, class 1, I'm assuming, just by real quickly, because I messed this up. Class 1 is going to be, like your, police officers, I think, that are like your summertime ones, like the summertime police hired down the Jersey Shore. Your class 2 are permitted to carry a firearm. They're the ones that work in the court office. And then the class 3 are the ones that are the school resource officers that may carry a gun, but not an off-duty revolver when on campus. Sorry about that.
So none of this stuff is new, is only relates to the specials.
Yeah, this is
That's
only for
correct.
special.
It
Yeah,
just
okay.
identifies the special police officers. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
So once again, the class 3 is for the officer that's going to be employed only at the Bedminster Township School
That's correct.
with all the expenses.
So that'd be like.
Be reimbursed by the
Three
school.
C, right?
That's-
That person would be 3C.
That's 3C.
Okay. No problem.
Any further questions or comments from the Township Committee? Okay, seeing none, open up to the public for comments regarding ordinance 2025-01. Seeing none, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And is there a motion to approve ordinance 2025-014?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, the next ordinance is ordinance 2025-015, amending chapter 2 entitled Administration and establishing section 2-26 Jacobus Vanderveer House Commission. As everyone knows, the lease for the JVH house to the Friends terminated. The Friends has had a long and very storied time operating the house. But in the last couple of years, we've seen some waning of participation. What this commission does is essentially creates a township commission. The membership will go up to 21 members, and they will all be voting members. And the commission will be charged with the operation and programming for the Jacobus Vanderveer house. I will say, since it's been real widely publicized, what our actions were, both I and Robin have received a number of very energized and interested applicants who want to be on that commission. Much more energized than the look you have right now. So what this ordinance does, it would establish the commission. The commission would be resident within Bedminster Township with 21 members to be appointed, once again, and charged with the operation, programming, and events, and actually fundraising as well for the Jacobus Vanderveer house. Robin has already established, and I think we approved this by the rider by resolution. Was that last week?
Yep.
Yeah, so we already approved a resolution that establishes a fund strictly for programming, maintenance, and accepting donations for Jacobus Vanderveer house. Money absolutely dedicated to that purpose and not to be used by the township for any other purpose. Robin, John, anything else I missed with respect to the proposed ordinance?
Mayor, the ordinance is introduced, indicated 15 members. The change to 21 members is not substantive in my viewpoint, and so you can go ahead and adopt the ordinance as amended from 15 to 21 tonight, if so inclined.
Okay, so take a motion to open the public hearing for ordinance 2025-015.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, so comments, questions from Township Committee?
Just to remind everybody what kind of led up to this action. A couple of months ago, the former JVH board president came up and quoted to us Thomas Paine, "These are the times that try men's souls." I think with the loss of Sean Blinn from the JVH board, perhaps she was right. Renee, you can keep me honest here, but I think with his departure, there was exactly no one from Bedminster serving on that board. Am I correct?
I don't believe anybody else lives in Bedminster Township.
Right. So having just celebrated our 249th birthday, I'll remind everybody of the rallying cry of the American colonists: taxation without representation. And at the end of the day, we represent the taxpayers of Bedminster, not the history club. So in adopting this ordinance tonight, I am excited about the future JVH. And I think the new chapter this ushers in, it gives the opportunity to make sure the taxpayers are represented, the donors are better protected, and the community is much more engaged in the activities going on there. So I will be enthusiastically voting aye on this one. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
I think that, just to echo, Nikki's comments, I mean, you've got a real gem that's right here in our community. I've been involved with it over the years, a decade plus ago. And it's just, my take from it from afar is that it's sort of become untethered to the community, and it's sort of taken on its own mind. I would love to see the house get back, fully involved in the community. I mean, it's certainly something that we should be proud of. I mean, the history is tremendous. And, I too support what we're doing, and I think it's in the best interests of the stakeholders. And when people have skin in the game, people tend to do a knock-up job. When there's no skin in the game, things tend to get missed and corners are cut. And that's what I'm seeing here. The services are cut, it's never open. And that's a shame, because it is a jewel and it's not being treated as such. So I fully support what we're doing.
Okay, any further questions from Township Committee?
I agree for the most part with what the two gentlemen before me just said. I don't think that it is totally disjointed or pulled apart from the township. Things like the flags, the Field of Flags and the Christmas parties. I think the group has done a good job with the number of volunteers they had on the board. However, I do think that with the number of people that we're going to be putting on this new committee, and the names that I've seen and the names that I know from the friends that are staying with it, I think it's going to be a fabulous place. So I'm excited.
Okay. Open up the public hearing for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a statement or ask a question regarding ordinance 2025-015. Now's your opportunity to do so. Seeing none, take a motion to close the public hearing for ordinance 2025-015.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we'll need a motion to approve ordinance 2025-015, establishing the Jacobus Vanderveer House Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Hickey?
Aye.
Ms. Moreski?
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez?
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs?
Aye.
Thank you.
And later in this meeting, probably about 45 seconds from now, we will be considering a resolution appointing members of the Jacobus Vanderveer House Commission. Before we do that, we do have the consent agenda. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items on the consent agenda. These are items of routine nature. Any member of the Township Committee may pull one, any, or all of them off for individual consideration. Now's your time to do so. Seeing none, take a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Hickey?
Aye.
Ms. Moreski?
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez?
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs?
Aye.
Thank you.
We do have 2 resolutions for individual consideration. The first is resolution 2025-117. This resolution would support or authorize an endorsement in support of the New Jersey Department of Transportation Route 287 northbound bridge over Route 202-206 project. So we had previously discussed this before. This is the bridge adjacent to the it's over the hike and bike pathway. And it will be, now this is this is what, deck replacement?
Correct.
Deck replacement,
Full deck replacement.
yeah. So all we're doing is we're saying, yes, DOT has identified,
This is right where you get
the
off.
deck.
We say no.
22B,
Yeah,
where you
Yeah.
get off, that deck's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It needs to be replaced.
yes.
I'll sign.
We should get DPW out there to help them.
Yeah.
Jason could do it.
Our
in
guys
half
are
the time.
awesome.
Yeah, he could.
He could,
And hopefully they'll figure out a better detour.
yeah.
They're just looking for support from the municipality that shows that they've come to us and we've reviewed the project.
So-
My tires are supported.
So no further questions or comments, take a motion to approve resolution 2025-117.
So,
Second,
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson.
aye.
Mr. Hickey.
aye.
Ms. Moreski.
aye.
Ms. Fernandez.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Now, Robin, I do not have resolution 118 in my binder.
I wonder why. I do not know.
Anyone else have a copy of it?
No, we don't have a copy either.
Uh-oh. I don't know if it was, she got to click to something else. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Because that would be the resolution appointing the members of the Jacobus Vanderveer House Commissions. Okay, this is it? Okay. All right, so resolution 2025-118 appoints, so this brings us to 21?
yes, it does.
Oh,
Including the
geez.
Bedminster School rep.
Bedminster
Werner-
school rep, the rec rep. Okay, so there's 3 reps to be appointed that have not yet been filled, but so let's run through the 18 where we do have names. Now, I do have various bits of resumes from many of these individuals, all of whom have experience in historic preservation, operation of historic structures, fundraising, and participation in town and elsewhere. So while a good chunk of them are Bedminster residents, not all of them are. So I'm going to run through and I will stop, or Robin, if you want to provide some color for those names that I mentioned. And the first one is Norm Penny, who is from Bedminster,
Grant writer,
grant writer.
involved with the historic DNR canals and several other historical organizations, is a Bedminster resident.
Sue Mannion, also Bedminster.
You're really testing. me.
Yeah, I am.
The quiz.
She serves on the Historical Society of Somerset Hills and also lives in Bedminster and is on the she's not on the executive committee. She's an educator.
If you can break
She's a
that.
teacher.
That's right.
You'll have 3 passes.
And you can call.
Or you
Frank.
can phone a friend,
Yeah,
right?
call a friend.
Cynthia Crossan, also of Bedminster.
Yes, Cynthia is also on, she's an executive committee member of the Somerset Hills of Historical Society of Somerset Hills and interested in the Jacobus Vanderveer House and
And I believe she was in some other historical,
she attended the Vanderveer, she's in other historical organizations. She attended the Vanderveer House Colonial Christmas and got the bug, and that was it for her.
very good so far. Kathy Pearsall, also of Bedminster.
Oh, maybe Kathy's the teacher. Kathy's the educator. Yes, Kathy's the
Yes.
educator. The other woman was a treasurer. I'm so sorry, from the Somerset Hills Historical Society. Kathy Pearson is interested in being a reenactor. It's been her lifelong dream. She's an educator. She volunteered up at Morristown National Headquarters.
And wasn't the other woman a retired lieutenant colonel? Did I read that in her bio?
Cynthia Crossan was,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Leslie Mollet,
Leslie-
also of Bedminster.
Yes, River Road. She is a former trustee and very much interested in supporting and helping with the transition team.
Former trustee of the
Former
Jacobus
trustee
Friends.
of the Friends of the
Yeah.
Jacobus, longtime trustee since 2007.
Jean Galbraith,
She was one of the founding members of the Jacobus Vanderveer House.
Derek Anderson,
Derek is with us today. He's the current president of the Friends of the Jacobus Vanderveer House.
Craig Sutherland,
Former president and treasurer of the Friends of Jacobus Vandenberg House.
Paula Podgorski,
Paula is a colonial reenactor and educator for the current Jacobus Vandenberg House.
Ray Sanderson,
Ray is a reenactor and serves with Lamb's Artillery and Associated, which is a reenacting group and current trustee of the Jacobus Vandenberg House.
Stephanie Doherty,
Stephanie is current trustee of the Jacobus Vandenberg House.
our appointee from the Historic Preservation Commission, Wendy Weinstein Hickey.
Wendy Weinstein Hickey is chair of the Historic Preservation Committee. And Bedminster resident.
And a Bedminster resident, also a Bedminster resident, Sean Blinn.
Sean is part of Somerset County Historical Commission. He's a historian and avid historian. He speaks nationally on various committees and commissions. He's also a museum studies student and educator,
Written books.
author.
Mayor Steve Parker.
Mayor, he's the former mayor.
He needs no explanation.
Former mayor, and one of his ancestors was captain of the militia at the Battle of Lexington and Concord.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of the Minutemen.
Esteemed Lehigh University graduate.
He would say, in Steve's defense, he would say he is a Lehigh graduate. Esteemed. I don't know that Steve would agree with that assessment. Mayor Paul Muir.
Oh, so Paul, he's associated with, Bethlehem Township, New Jersey.
He's mayor of Bethlehem Township.
He served as the League of Municipalities Chair, or was it Conference of Mayors?
He was the former chair for the New Jersey Conference of Mayors, and he's also very active in the League of Municipalities as well.
Museum, which is great to have someone with that background.
He also ran the Red Mill Inn in Clinton, or not the inn, the Red Mill Museum in Clinton. And he is on the board of New Jersey Society of Historic Commissions. I think I got that right. He is fabulous.
He's super excited.
Fabulous to have Mayor Muir from Bethlehem. And he was telling me that he, with his new position at Morris Museum, he drives past JVH every day. So we were talking a couple of weeks ago, and I said, seeing as you're already driving past. So getting him on board, I think, is fantastic. And equally fantastic are the next two commission members, Robin Ray.
I served since 2007.
Also a Bedminster.
Also Bedminster resident, yes.
So I think Robin's, history with the JVH goes way back, and I don't think we really need to belabor that.
Okay.
And the next one, also of Bedminster, Renee Moreski.
Bedminster resident, and I've been the liaison for the last, 7 years?
7 years.
I know a little bit about what they do.
And then we have two openings that have yet to be filled, one from Recreation and one from the Bedminster School. Colin, you've reached out to Superintendent Giordano.
Correct.
For a recommendation as from my perspective, it could be a teacher. I think probably unlikely for a teacher.
Yeah.
But it may be a parent. It could be a teacher. It could be a student. It could be anyone from PTO who's interested in participating. And then there's another opening, and what I thought I would do with this opening is reach out to Superintendent Brotchell over at Somerset Hills and see if there is a student perhaps that would be interested. So we're going to leave that that position open for the meantime. But that, with those names, that bring us to 18 for the 21 slots. Any comments or questions regarding the appointees for the Jacobus Vanderveer House Commission? Seeing none, take a motion to approve resolution 2025-118.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson,
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
Question, can
Yes.
I vote since my wife is being named to the commission?
That's a John Villardo question.
Oh.
I might be conflicted on that, so should I? just
No,
abstain?
I'm clerk.
You can vote on that. This is not of such essential impact that anyone would deem that a conflict.
Okay, good enough then. Aye.
And she's the HPC.
She is-
She is the HPC designee.
Yes.
So,
Ex officio.
yeah,
Yeah,
ex
yeah.
officio. So, you're.
Just want to make sure everything's on the up and up.
There you go.
Well, can I vote then? And just-
Moreski.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't even think of that. John, am I okay to vote? And I
You're-
can
you're-
motion?
You're good to vote.
Okay, then I say aye.
And Ms. Fernandez,
Aye.
Mayor Jacobs.
Aye, and congratulations to everyone who's been appointed to the commission. We expect great things. And Robin Ray will be reaching out to you. I believe you've already got a first meeting scheduled.
Nice try.
Yeah,
We're getting there.
We're getting there? Okay.
we're
Well,
gonna be
wait,
herding cats.
the third Wednesday is a good night.
Okay, gotcha. Very clear.
So that's already cleared on your calendar?
It is.
Okay, great. Let's see, that's it for resolutions. We do have the bill list. Take a motion to approve the bill list pending review of individual invoices.
Second,
Roll call vote, please. Mr. Stevenson,
Aye.
Mr. Hickey.
aye.
Ms. Moreski.
Aye.
Ms. Fernandez,
Aye.
Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
New business. Any items that township committee members want to raise for new business? Seeing none, old business, and we will start with utilities. We had a storm whip through here on Thursday, and that was,
We've had,
I've driven through some hail before. That was really bad.
It's the hardest rain I have ever seen in my life.
same
That
here.
was really, really bad.
When the trees start to circle in different directions every 5 seconds, that's rotation.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I drove up to Chester to go to ShopRite, and on my way back, there was a tree that was down right on 206, taking down, I presume that's the line. Well, it's one of the lines coming off the PPAC substation.
Right, but fortunately, that only fed the local neighborhoods there on the right-hand side of the road.
So Old Dutch West.
West, correct, yes.
So, okay, Colin, so how did Bedminster fare? How did JCP&L fare with
Well, we can
that storm?
we can talk about both storms because forget there was also a
Right, that's right. The storm.
Monday night
Yep.
outage as a result of a storm. That was caused by down wires at the Greater Crossroads substation. That was actually a major outage. That impacted both the Lower Hills and Western Bedminster on Monday night, right before midnight. Through circuit switching, the Hills was able to be restored about 2.5 hours later, while the majority of Western Bedminster was out until 8:45 on Tuesday morning. The breakers at the substation had to be reset manually as part of the fix. That's why the outage lasted as long as it did. And then obviously we mentioned the Thursday storm that took down poles, trees, lines throughout Somerset County. That outage only lasted about an hour or two, but obviously we also saw there was a loss of life in our neighboring communities. So it really puts it in perspective. You have an outage for an hour and a half or so, it's inconvenient, but when you hear about that, that's real impact. So let's keep those families who are impacted in our thoughts and prayers. The weather has also impacted all the work going on to finish out the construction on Hills Drive. Between the storms, between the intense heat the week before, they are looking to schedule 2 more days of construction this week, which involves underground boring and cabling, and they will do 1 day of testing immediately following that, which hopefully will be scheduled for next week. Once the project is released from construction, which should be right after that, they will begin the restoration of all the lighting, the landscaping, and the irrigation systems. So that hopefully will occur mid-July. Knock on wood, stay on top of them for that. I know I sound like a broken record, but sit tight because there's light at the end of the tunnel and hopefully the lights will stay on longer in Bedminster once all that work is done. Mayor, that's all I've got.
How about the situation with the OEM
Oh.
Peter shed?
Thank you for reminding me of that. So the storm on Thursday night took lines down because of a tree that came down right adjacent to the repeater shed, crashed the gate there, which meant that the paging network that we use for fire and first aid went down. Because it was actually on battery backup for several hours. The telco lines were also impacted. Worked very closely with OEM director Chris Crowell, as well as Bob Flynn from JCP&L to make sure they were put on a priority list. Between Chris and Brian Wild, they were able to get up there, take pictures, which then we used to get JCP&L to immediately dispatch a forester who went up there on Thursday night or early on the morning of July 4th. Did the forestry work immediately so that the power could be restored to the repeater shed by 3 o'clock, which was good because the batteries only have a 2 or 3 hour life. They went up there to turn on the generator, but could not get into the facility because the gate was smashed and they didn't know if live lines were on the gate itself. So they stayed away from it, wisely so. But again, power was restored. Somerset County went into an OEM emergency position. They basically made sure that dispatch was being done for fire and first aid for Bedminster through alternate means. But it was a good team effort to get that back up and running as quickly as we could. And kudos to JCP&L as well. I was on the phone with Bob Flynn 9-10 o'clock on Thursday night, and he was pushing buttons and making things happen. So that was good effort all around.
So it's interesting. It almost reads like an OEM tabletop
Yeah,
drill.
yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
power goes out, tree goes down. The battery backup lasts for 3 hours.
Yep.
There's a generator. But with
Which I
the tree
can't-
down, you
And the
can't
lines
get
down.
to the
can't get to-
generator.
Yep.
So now you've got to rejigger your,
Yeah.
well, got really everything and
Yep.
find an alternate means for getting dispatch out
Yep.
to all the emergency services. Once again, not just for Bedminster, not for Far Hills Bedminster, but for Peapack Gladstone, Pottersville, Burnersville as well.
Yeah.
They're not connected to this.
Tewksbury.
Yeah.
So, one thing goes down and you see the complications just
Yep.
tumble down there. Okay, you covered JCP&L, Altis, nothing with New Jersey American at this point.
Nothing. Casey, do you have anything?
John Pluckman Park Senior Housing, you and Doug, that's still not for communication?
I think the most recent update is that there's no longer interest in discussing anything with us.
Okay.
There was a party, as you're aware, with a possible interest in the purchase, but that party has no longer expressed an interest. So the present ownership for now remains in place.
Okay, all right.
Pilot expires the end of this month.
So the pilot expires end of this month so that the ownership will go to regular taxation. Okay, well, we'll see if that provides any motivation for them to come forward with some proposal to the town. Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee, as Robin mentioned, we have a meeting coming up this Thursday, so we'll be reporting on this at our next meeting. We do not have an executive session tonight, so we'll go through Township Committee comments and then we will adjourn for the evening. Start with Committee Woman Fernandez.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to thank everyone who came out to the Bryce Rosen 5K. There were probably about 150 people that turned out, myself included. And they were able to raise $5,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation in Bryce's memory. So that was great. So I just want to thank everybody. And that's all my comments. Have a great night.
Thank you. Committee Woman Mareski.
Thanks, Mayor. Just want to remind everybody about Moth Night, Saturday, the 19th at 8:30 River Road Park.
Committeeman Hickey.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank you and Miss Ray and Chief Bernardo and Lieutenant Polito because you mentioned Bedminster's inclusion, the big beautiful bill in terms of reimbursement, but that didn't happen without you guys sitting everybody down around a table and coordinating. I
That
mean,
guy, that guy.
I know, but, and you also get to do all the data work and the analysis to figure out how much we spent, who spent what, who needs to be covered. There's a lot more behind it. You're being modest, Mayor. There's a tremendous amount of work and you organize all the parties to make that happen. So thank you.
Thank you. Committeeman Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. I echo Committeeman Hickey's comments. I won't repeat them. But I echo them, and Robin, give me a buzz. We'll work on this fine print to make sure there's domestic steps only for next year. We'll get that into your contract for next year so you can win.
Nothing off the soil of the United States, right?
Nah, it's
That
gotta be
doesn't count.
domestic steps, domestic.
I like
But that only gets her to number 2.
Well, we got another plan for Jeff.
Okay. Well,
Fair.
hey, you go take that up. You take that up with Sergeant Phelps.
Involves like hoagies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I have no further comments. Hope everyone had a great 4th of July, celebrating Independence Day. And with that, at 8:06, take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Bye.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Good night. Night.
Bye.
So hard.
Wow. That one was a good one.